So ended up not taking any trades today. Was overall some very iffy price action. So I'm going to leave some of these drawings here because it's going to be kind of hard for me to find them again, I guess. But we'll start out with news for today. So news, we didn't have Trump speaking earlier. I have when I posted my news TikTok on Sunday, this was new. This usually will happen. Usually they won't know if Trump's speaking until the day of. Typically, that's like happens 9 times out of 10. So that's exactly what happened today. We had Trump speaking at 11. If we move over here, oh, yep, and he's talking right now, so he might be talking about something good. But we'll start with the morning. So in the morning was definitely a little spicy. I knew it was going to be after market open. We just came up and took out London session highs pretty much right away, and then came down and took out London session lows. So those are two big draws of liquidity that we take out right away in the market. Makes it a little tougher to trade. But we did have, however, a really big bullish SMT. So we had NASDAQ down here. If we go over to ES, we see ES at the time was making higher lows. I think it was more like over here. So we see, hey, we got a fat ass SMT. This was on, I can't remember if this was the 5-minute or, yeah, it was the 5-minute one. Yeah, so it was 5-minute right here, bang, bang. We see both indexes are heavily lagging. Both indexes, well, at the time, ES did not take out London lows, but I didn't really mind that. I knew that we could just start going higher. On the 5-minute, we did have a very solid 5-minute candle. This is just literally a textbook green candle to the upside. So I'm thinking, okay, let's see how the next candle prints. I know we have a 5-minute imbalance here. I would love to see not only a market structure shift on the 5-minute, but also a market structure shift as well as a inverse fair value gap. So I was like, cool, this could be really, really good. We could see some good volume. And obviously we see that was not the case. We ended up coming straight back down. We did inverse this 1-minute fair value gap. That wasn't enough for me because I wanted to see the 5-minute, because I knew even if I waited until up here to catch it from 16 to 58, still like 40 points, that's more than enough for me. I don't need to bottom tick these moves. And obviously you saw we just started fucking chopping. It was pretty ridiculous. We didn't break out of this range until 10:45, or yeah, 10:45, which is kind of late in the market, and we really didn't form much. There wasn't really any clean breaker blocks. We just kind of ripped up, and it was a little weird. So we obviously don't get enough volume coming into the market until 10:45. Really, it was this 10:48 candle that broke us out of this range, and then that's about it. So it was a very spicy day. Didn't really get much presented on the charts, if I'm being honest. There wasn't really a way to be aggressive, because if you tried to, price literally just went the other direction. Like, it was hard. I mean, unless you shorted this 1-minute IFVG, which is tough to do. It's, it was just a lot of not good things going on today. So we'll see how price action is the rest of the week. I can't remember what's tomorrow. PMI, unemployment, and then NFP. So we got some interesting trading the rest of this week. I hopefully get better price action to close out this week. But all in all, today was very suspect. As I said, we had a really good setup in theory. Took out London session lows. Had not really almost had a 5-minute market structure shift. But if we could have a 5-minute market structure shift and a 5-minute IFVG, that would have been super, super sweet. But again, that didn't happen. That's why I pay attention a lot to this 5-minute time frame, because the 5-minute holds more power than the 1-minute. The 1-minute can be very manipulative. 1 minute's good for entries, and that's about it. A lot of my bias does come from this 5-minute time frame. Kind of helps me stay out of those shitty trades. So yeah, was very interesting today. It was really hard to, it wasn't kind of like yesterday. Yesterday you couldn't even hold through a trade because obviously you saw we just ripped back down from all-time highs, but it wasn't even one of those days where you could have just kind of muscled your way through. It was just like, these moves are more than big enough to stop you out. I mean, if you enter up here 93, your stop loss probably isn't a 50-point stop loss, but I mean, that's just me. So we'll see how price action is the rest of this week, but today was heavily suspect. Also today, I started a zero plan on Alpha Futures. Today is the last. I don't think this has an activation fee, but I started a zero plan. So I have this. I have the other eval I'm working on, and then I also have the 50K Express account, of course. So hopefully we're going to get some good funding this month. Hopefully we're going to get some payouts. But yeah, that's about it.